Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered if you're actually attractive? Or maybe you've caught yourself thinking that everyone around you seems so much more put together, so much more naturally beautiful than you feel? Well, here's something that might surprise you. You're probably way more attractive than you give yourself credit for. Today, we're diving into 7 clear signs that you're more attractive than you think. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might just start seeing yourself in a completely different light. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's explore what real attractiveness looks like. Because spoiler alert, it's probably not what you think. Sign number 1, people remember you. Let's start with something you might not have even noticed. Do people remember your name after meeting you just once? Do they bring up conversations you had weeks ago or reference something funny you said at a party? When someone is attractive, and I'm talking about genuine attractiveness, not just physical appearance, they leave an impression. There's something about their energy, their presence, or the way they make others feel that sticks in people's minds. Think about it this way. We all meet dozens of people throughout our weeks, but most of them blend together in our memory. The ones who stand out are the ones who made us feel something. Maybe they made us laugh, maybe they showed genuine interest in what we had to say, or maybe they just had this warm, welcoming energy that felt good to be around. If people consistently remember you, remember details about your life, or seem genuinely excited to see you again, that's a huge sign. You're creating positive, memorable experiences for others, and that's incredibly attractive. I remember talking to a friend who was convinced she was forgettable and plain, but every time we went out together, people would light up when they saw her. Servers remembered her usual order, acquaintances would wave from across the room, and new people she met would seek her out later in the evening. She couldn't see it, but everyone else could. She had this magnetic quality that drew people in and made them want to be around her. Sign number 2, you receive genuine compliments about more than just looks. Here's something interesting. When people find you truly attractive, they don't just compliment your appearance. Sure, physical compliments are nice, but the really meaningful ones go deeper. Do people tell you that you're funny, that you're a great listener, that you have amazing energy, or that you make them feel comfortable? These compliments are actually way more significant than someone saying you look nice today. When people compliment your personality, your vibe, or the way you make them feel, they're recognizing something special about you. They're seeing qualities that genuinely make you attractive as a person, not just pleasing to look at. Real attractiveness comes from the whole package. Your sense of humor, your kindness, your intelligence, the way you treat others, your passion for things you care about. When people notice and comment on these qualities, it means you're radiating the kind of attractiveness that actually matters and lasts. I know someone who used to obsess over her physical flaws, but she consistently received compliments about her storytelling ability, her infectious laugh, and how she could make anyone feel like the most interesting person in the room. Those compliments were telling her something important about her attractiveness that she wasn't hearing. Sign number 3, you attract a variety of different people. This one might surprise you. If you find that all different types of people are drawn to you, different ages, different backgrounds, different personality types, that's actually a strong indicator of your attractiveness. Some people only seem to connect with a very specific type of person, but truly attractive individuals have this quality that appeals across the board. Maybe the quiet, intellectual types enjoy deep conversations with you, while the outgoing, social butterflies love your energy at parties. Maybe kids gravitate toward you, and so do older adults. This happens because genuine attractiveness isn't about fitting into one specific mold or appealing to one particular group. It's about having authentic qualities that different people can appreciate for different reasons. Your coworker might be drawn to your professionalism and reliability. Your neighbor might love your sense of humor. The person at the coffee shop might appreciate how patient and kind you are. When you're attracting this kind of variety, it means you have multiple attractive qualities that shine in different situations. It's like being a song that sounds good on different types of sound systems. There's something fundamentally appealing about the core of who you are that translates across different contexts and resonates with different people. Sign number 4, people seem comfortable. Opening up to you. Have you ever noticed that people tell you things? Like really personal things, sometimes even when you haven't known them for very long? This is actually one of the strongest signs of attractiveness that exists. When someone feels safe enough to share their real thoughts, their struggles, their dreams, or their fears with you, it means you're giving off incredibly attractive energy. You're showing up as trustworthy, non-judgmental, and genuinely interested in others. Think about it. We don't open up to just anyone. We open up to people who make us feel seen, heard, and accepted. We share our real selves with people who seem like they'll handle our vulnerability with care. If you're the person that others turn to when they need to talk, if people seem to naturally confide in you, if conversations with you tend to go deeper than small talk, you're demonstrating emotional attractiveness. You're showing that you're the kind of person others want in their inner circle. This isn't just about being a good listener, though that's part of it. It's about creating an atmosphere where others feel comfortable being authentic. That's an incredibly rare and attractive quality. Some people spend their whole lives trying to get others to open up to them, to trust them with real conversation. If this happens to you naturally, you're already more attractive than you probably realize. Sign number 5. You're often asked for your opinion or advice. Here's something that might seem ordinary but is actually quite telling. Do people frequently ask for your opinion? About big decisions, about relationship issues, about work problems, or even about smaller things like what to wear or where to eat? When people seek out your perspective, they're telling you something important. They value your judgment. They trust your thinking. They believe you have something worthwhile to contribute. This happens because you've demonstrated wisdom, good judgment, or just a way of looking at things that others find helpful and insightful. Maybe you have a knack for seeing situations clearly, or you're good at helping people think through their options, or you just have a practical, grounded approach that others appreciate. Being someone that others turn to for guidance is a form of attractiveness that goes way beyond the physical. It means people see you as someone worth listening to, someone whose thoughts and opinions have value. And here's the thing. When people ask for your advice, they're also often looking for your attention and engagement. They want to connect with you, to have your focus, to benefit from your perspective. That's a sign that they find your mind, your way of thinking, attractive. Even if you don't think of yourself as particularly wise or insightful, the fact that others do should tell you something about how you come across to the world. Sign number 6. You notice people. Copying or mirroring your style, phrases, or behavior. This one is subtle but powerful. Have you ever noticed someone start using a phrase you use a lot? Or maybe someone begins dressing similarly to you, or adopts a habit you have, or starts listening to music you've recommended? When people unconsciously mirror or copy aspects of who you are, it's a clear sign that they find you attractive and want to embody some of what you represent. This happens all the time in social groups. The people we're drawn to, the people we find attractive and appealing, influence how we talk, how we dress, what we're interested in, even how we behave in certain situations. If you notice that your friends have picked up your expressions, or that people seem interested in the books you read, the places you go, or the way you approach things, they're essentially saying that they find your choices and your style worth emulating. This kind of influence doesn't happen by accident. It happens when someone has a certain magnetism, when their way of being in the world feels appealing to others. Maybe your coworkers have started using your favorite coffee shop, or your friends have adopted your approach to handling stress, or people seem curious about your hobbies and want to try them out. These are all signs that you're setting trends rather than following them, and that's incredibly attractive. Sign number 7. You feel genuinely content and comfortable in your own skin. This last sign might be the most important one of all. Do you generally feel okay with who you are? Not perfect, not without things you'd like to improve, but fundamentally at peace with yourself? There's nothing more attractive than someone who is comfortable in their own skin. It shows up in how you carry yourself, how you interact with others, how you handle challenges, and how you move through the world. When you're not constantly worried about how you're being perceived, when you're not exhausting yourself trying to be someone else, when you can laugh at yourself and acknowledge your flaws without being crushed by them. That confidence and self-acceptance is magnetic. People are drawn to those who seem secure in themselves because it gives them permission to relax too. When you're comfortable with who you are, others feel comfortable around you. When you're not trying to prove anything or desperately seeking approval, you can focus on actually connecting with people. This doesn't mean you're arrogant or that you think you're perfect. It means you have a healthy relationship with yourself. You know your strengths and your weaknesses, and you're generally okay with both. Think about the most attractive people you know. Not necessarily the most conventionally beautiful, but the ones you're actually drawn to spend time with. Chances are they have this quality of self-acceptance. They're not constantly apologizing for who they are or trying to convince you they're worthy of your time. They just are who they are, and somehow that makes you want to be around them. If you can honestly say that you feel relatively comfortable in your own skin, that you generally like who you are, and that you're not constantly battling with self-doubt and insecurity. Congratulations! You possess one of the most attractive qualities a person can have. So there you have it. 7 signs that you're probably more attractive than you think. And notice how few of these had to do with conventional physical beauty. Real attractiveness is about so much more than what you see in the mirror. It's about the energy you bring to relationships, the way you make others feel, the confidence and authenticity you radiate, and the genuine connections you're able to form with people. If you recognized yourself in several of these signs, it's time to start giving yourself more credit. You're not invisible, you're not forgettable, and you're definitely not unattractive. You're probably that person that others secretly wish they could be more like. And if you didn't see yourself in many of these signs, that's okay too. Attractiveness isn't fixed. It's something that grows as you become more comfortable with yourself, more interested in others, and more willing to show up authentically in the world. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these signs surprised you the most? Have you noticed any of these patterns in your own life? Drop a comment below and let me know. And while you're at it, if this video helped you see yourself a little differently, hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content about building genuine confidence and understanding your own worth. Remember, attractiveness isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentically, confidently you. And trust me, that version of you is more attractive than you know.